The dark side of AI hallucinations, bias, and how we fix it. An AI hiring tool automatically discards all resumes from female candidates. That's a pretty clear example of AI bias. And then, a lawyer submits a legal brief written by an AI, but it's filled with completely fabricated case law, and, well, they end up facing sanctions from the court. That's what we call AI hallucination. There's also a popular AI photo app that secretly scrapes billions of personal images from social media without consent. That's a big example of AI data theft. Generative AI is, honestly, one of the most powerful technologies ever created. It can compose music, write code, and even accelerate scientific discovery. But with great power comes great responsibility, and sometimes this technology goes horribly wrong. Today we're not talking about Skynet. We're talking about the real hidden dangers of AI that are affecting us right now: bias, hallucination, data theft, and more. Most importantly, we're going to talk about how we, the builders and users of AI, can fix it. This is the conversation that will define the future of technology. First, let's talk about bias. An AI model is a reflection of the data it was trained on. If we train an AI on historical data from a world full of human biases, the AI will learn and honestly amplify those biases. For example, if an AI is trained on text where doctors are usually men and nurses are usually women, it will learn that association. When you then ask it to generate a story about a doctor, it will almost always create a male character. This seems harmless, but what happens when this biased model is used to screen resumes for a hospital? It might unfairly penalize qualified female doctors. That's not a hypothetical. It has happened. Evaluating AI applications for fairness isn't just a good idea. It's a critical step to prevent real-world discrimination. Next is, honestly, one of the strangest problems in AI hallucination. This is when an AI, generates information that sounds plausible, but is actually completely false or just plain nonsensical. It's not exactly lying, because it doesn't have any intent behind what it says. It's just generating a statistically likely sequence of words, even if those words don't really correspond to reality. Remember the lawyer who used fake cases in court? That's a perfect example. The AI didn't know the cases were fake. It just recognized that they looked like real legal citations. And this is why you can never blindly trust an AI's output for factual information without, verifying it. It can be a powerful assistant, but honestly a terrible master. Have you ever wondered what actually happens to the questions you ask these AI models? In many cases, your conversations are, used to further train the AI. This raises some huge data privacy concerns. If you share personal medical information, confidential business plans, or even private code, it could end up becoming part of the model and potentially, be exposed to other users in the future. The security risks are also, pretty unique. There's this new type of attack called prompt injection, where attackers can trick an AI with a cleverly crafted prompt into ignoring its safety instructions. They can actually command it to reveal sensitive system information, bypass content filters, or even execute malicious code. So, securing a generative AI system isn't just about protecting a database. It's about really securing the conversation itself. Because of these risks, governments around the world are stepping in. You need to know about two key things. First, the EU AI Act. This is a landmark piece of legislation that categorizes AI systems by risk. A high-risk system, like an AI used for hiring or credit scoring, will face very strict requirements for transparency, accuracy, and human oversight. If you build or deploy AI in Europe, compliance is mandatory. Second, in the United States, the NIST AI Risk Management Framework is becoming the gold standard. It's not a law, but a detailed guide for organizations to identify, measure, and mitigate the risks associated with AI. It provides a roadmap for building trustworthy and responsible systems. The age of building AI in a lawless Wild West is over. Compliance is the new reality. So, with all these challenges, how do we move forward? We do it by building responsible AI from the ground up. This isn't an afterthought. It has to be part of the entire development process. Here's a practical blueprint. Diverse data and auditing. It starts with the data. We must actively seek out diverse and representative datasets and continuously audit our models for bias before and after deployment. Human in the loop. For high-stakes decisions, a human must have the final say. The AI can suggest, but a person must approve. This is crucial for applications in medicine, law, and finance. Transparency and explainability. Users have a right to know when they are interacting with an AI and how it makes its decisions. We need to build systems that are less of a black box, providing explanations for their outputs. Red teaming. Just like we hire ethical hackers to test cybersecurity, we need to create red teams that actively try to break our AI models. They'll use prompt injections and design tricky questions to find biases and security flaws before our users do. The challenges of generative AI, bias, hallucination, privacy, security, are not just technical problems. They are human problems. The code we write and the systems we build reflect the values we embed within them. Building a future with AI that is fair, safe, and transparent is the great challenge of our time. It's a responsibility that falls on all of us. The developers who build these models, the companies that deploy them, and the users who interact with them every day. We all have a role to play. So be curious, be critical, and demand better. Let's build an AI future we can all be proud of.